Number 13. Make sense of problems. Julio went to a theme park in July. He paid $15 to enter the park and $3 for each ride. He went on X rides. Write a function that describes the total cost of Julio's trip to the theme park. Well, we'll call it f of x. And we know that he paid $15 to enter the park and $3 for each ride, and x represents the number of rides. B. Julio went back to the theme park in September. The entrance fee was the same, and each ride still cost $3. However, this time, Julio went on 5 more rides. Use your function from part A to describe Julio's second trip. Well, this time, it's not x, it's x plus 5. So we're going to do x plus 5 in place of x. So it's going to be 15 plus 3, and instead of x, we're going to put x plus 5. How does the equation of Julio's second trip to the park change from the graph of the first trip? What should this plus 5 do? It should move the graph positive 5 in parentheses is going to move it left 5 units. What kind of transformation describes the change from the first graph to the second graph? What kind of transformation is that called? That is a translation, because it doesn't change the size. And it's actually what kind of translation? A horizontal one, because we're moving left and right. Letter E. Julio went to the park back in October and went on 8 fewer rides than he did in July. July was the very first part, okay? Use your function from part A to describe Julio's third trip, and how does this change the initial graph? Well, this time it's going to be f x minus 8, because we went on fewer rides. So that's going to say 15 plus 3 x minus 8. What happens to the graph? Inside the parentheses, so we're either moving left or right. And because it is negative, we're going to move right. The graph moves right 8 units. Letter F is at the top of the next page. Okay. Julio goes to the park again in November. Now that it's the off season, the entrance fee is $10 less than it was in July. He goes on the same number of rides as he did in July. Write a function to describe Julio's fourth trip, and how does the graph of the initial change? So we no longer have to pay $15 to get in. We pay $5 because it's $10 less. So we're going to do f of x equals. Didn't change the price. Didn't change how many rides. All we know is that we no longer have to pay 15 to get in. We have to pay 5 to get in because we subtracted by 10. So, remember that the original was f of x equals 3x plus 15. Now it's f of x equals 3x plus 5. Shift up, down, left, or right. This indeed moves down. How many units? 10, because it's decreased for 10. 10 units. Take a moment to copy that down. After you do, go ahead and mark this presentation as done because there is no debriefing to follow.